Hello. How are you guys doing? Well, as you can see, I'm not in my car. I'm in a different car today. This is my rental car, which I'll explain in just a second. It has been a really good day today, let me just tell you. And I'm actually approaching it. Can I turn the light off? What's a better light? I don't know. I don't know this car at all. I'm driving a Hyundai SUV. It's actually a really nice car. It's just been a really great day, let me just tell you. Got up this morning at 8 o'clock. I was absolutely exhausted. I didn't go to bed till late last night. Took my car in. Alex followed me, and then we went home, and we went back to bed, and got up at like noonish, and I hadn't heard from the car dealership. They were gonna call me and like tell me an estimate of like everything that they found on it and whatever. And I was hoping it would be like nothing, right? And I knew that some of the things that they were gonna find, like the air conditioner, because if you remember from the summer, like the air conditioner was out, which I guess is a bigger deal than I thought it was. So anyway, so I didn't hear from them, and I didn't hear from them. So finally at like 2 o'clock, I called, and I was like, you guys haven't like called with an estimate. And she said, we haven't gotten to your car yet. She said, you know, this is like a really busy time of year for us. She said, we should definitely know something by 4 o'clock. And I was like, okay, so the reality is, even if you could fix it today, you're not gonna fix it. She's like, no. And she said, to be really honest with you, she said, unless it's just like something quick fix that you have to get done in your car, she said, we're probably looking at not even being able to start on it till Monday. And I was like, so I'm gonna be without a car through the whole weekend? And she was like, yeah, probably, but we probably won't even, you know, be able to get to it till Monday. So I don't, and you know, then New Year's Day, and so Wednesday would probably be the earliest you would get it back. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be without a car for almost a week. So I was like, okay, Peter, just calm down, settle down. It is what it is. So 4 o'clock, about 4 o'clock they called, and she just started listing off. I mean, it is, oh my God, it's all of this stuff that I get to get fixed. And it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The air conditioning is a bigger problem than I thought it was, because it affects other things. And so anyway, the price to get this stuff fixed on my car is close to what I owe on the car. Let me just put it that way. It's not just like $200 or $400. It's a lot of money, okay? And it's close to what I owe on the car. So then that makes me question, do I just get a new car? Do I just say screw it and get a new car, not put the money into this car, but just go get a new car, if that makes sense? So I said to her, I said, okay, so let's say you guys do all this stuff. I have you fix it. You can get everything fixed. I said, when's the earliest? And she goes, well, I talked to the service guy, and she said, or the manager, and she was like, the earliest that we would able to get started on it would be late Monday, which means that we probably wouldn't get started till Wednesday. You're looking at the car probably getting back maybe Friday. And I go, I'm gonna be without a car for a week. And she goes, yeah, it's just because of New Year's Day, and you know, like everybody's in, it's the weekend. And she's like, I'm really, they were so nice. Like, these people were so nice. And I said, okay. I said, well, what if I take my car somewhere else and have, you know, get another, you know, a second opinion on it for as far as an estimate? She's like, well, you can do that. She's like, but if you take it to another, you know, dealership or a shop, because I have a friend of mine that owns a shop, and I called him, and I was like running the stuff by him, and he was like, yeah, all that stuff sounds legit, and that's probably what I would charge you to do it as well, maybe a little bit less because you're my friend. But he was like, that's all added up. And I'm like, okay, so as far as like, he goes, Peter, the thing is that at 200,000 miles, if you want to make the car last, you're gonna have to get those things fixed. And I mean, it's literally like, it's a lot of money. And I was like, oh my God. And he goes, you're probably better just to go look at a new car. And he goes, the reality is, he goes, I probably wouldn't look at a new car until after the 1st. And I'm like, okay, but I'm without a car right now. My plan was to drive this car as long as I possibly could, because I didn't want to have a car payment on it. And he goes, well, that plan just changed. And I'm like, I understand that, but that was my plan, you know? And so I kind of got just real upset about it. I was like, you know, I had worked so hard on getting this car paid off, and I was so, you know, planning on this kind of stuff. And I understand stuff comes up, and it is what it is. But so we have a friend of ours that works for a car rental place, and so I called her, and she got me in like a really super cheap rate. And so I got a rental car for super cheap, and so that is a blessing, and you know, I'm so thankful for that. So I got this rental car, which is really nice. because Alex has a lot of things to do. I have a lot of things to do. So I can't just be without a car. So now I don't really know what to do. She said that they were going to look at the car again tomorrow and see like what things needed to be immediately done and what things didn't immediately need to be done. I talked to my dad about it too, and he was like, I would wait until you get like the full estimate. So they're going to give me a full estimate tomorrow. And then I'm going to call my friend again that owns the shop and possibly take it to another dealership. But that wouldn't happen until Monday, which is New Year's Eve, and I really don't want to be dealing with this on Monday. So I'm going to have to make a decision on Monday whether I get the car fixed or whether I'm going to go get a new car. That's even if I could get my car in somewhere else for them to look at it on Monday, on New Year's Eve, which is probably never going to happen. So that's probably, I'm going to have to make a decision on Monday whether they fix my car or what I'm going to do. And if they could get me in someplace else for another estimate, I mean, I guess I just keep the rental car longer. It's not very expensive for me right now. And then I guess on, what would that be, Wednesday, taking it for a second estimate, and then see, I don't know. And then I'm kind of like, you know, it's an old car, like, do I really want to keep an older car with over, you know, 200,000 miles on it, or do I just want to go get something new? I was pretty stressed out most of the day. I came home and I just was like, I'm not making videos. I just was not, I just wasn't feeling, you know, at that point very peaceful and stuff. And my husband was just awesome about the whole thing and just really supportive. And I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the day off and I'm just going to try to kind of figure out some things and whatever. So that's the car situation as of right now. I'm driving a rental. The problem is I can't, like, as far as the vlog, I can't drive around because I don't have the sticky pad. I mean, this is completely different than what I had in the other setup. I don't have the sticky pad up here. So, see, like, if I start driving, the camera just flies. So I don't even know how long this vlog is going to be. It's going to have to probably be pieces of me sitting in parking lots tonight. Alex and I, it's late. We're getting ready to go to Cheesecake Factory and get something to eat because we haven't eaten all day today. We've been dealing with like a lot of phone calls of this and some other stuff that we had to do that we've been dealing with. So yeah, that's my day. I'm trying to be I'm trying to stay positive about it, you know? Like Alex said to me today, he goes, Peter, he goes, it was a great car. He goes, it lasted us 3 trips to Miami, 2 trips to Atlanta. He goes, you've vlogged on that car for 2 years, driven around every night in it. He goes, that car has, you know, given us a trip to Chicago, trips to Louisville. He goes, you've gotten a lot out of that car. And I'm like, I know. And then I have that weird attachment stuff to things, you know? And I'm kind of like, because I went there today afterwards, because I was like, before I went and got the rental car place was right across from the dealership. And I said, can I come and I get a bunch of stuff? My inventory. Are you ready for this? Of course, this is the first thing I think of, right? So I've been working on my inventory for my sponsor that I was supposed to do today, but we postponed it to next week. So I've been working on this inventory and I literally have it in my book, right? Like written, like my resentments written on this book, you know, and my fears. And it's just like in the middle, it's not in the book, but it's like this pieces of paper and it's just slid in between this book and it's in the back seat, like up, like anybody could have been looking at it. And I was like, I need to go probably get my inventory that I'm working on. Not to mention I want to get like sunglasses and stuff out of my car and also like the remote for neighborhood. And so I got in my car, I kind of like forgotten that I just left the paper in there. I was like, oh my God, anybody could have just been reading my inventory. They could have just taken it out and been like, oh, okay. But it is what it is. And I don't know, I guess, you know, maybe this is my higher this is my higher power telling me it's time to get a new car, maybe. I don't know, you know, like I just really wasn't expecting it. It's really not what I had. And then, you know, Alex today was like, well, you could do this, you could get that Jeep Wrangler you wanted to get. I go, well, I mean, financially I'm not really in a position to get that car right now. And but he was like, well, you won't know until you go look. So I guess I'll find out, you know, like it doesn't sound to me like they're gonna really know a whole lot more tomorrow. They're gonna give me the full estimate and then I'm gonna call once I get that another dealership and then I'm gonna call my friend too that owns the shop and see what he thinks. But today when I was talking to him, he was like, Peter, they're not up pricing you a lot. Like this is probably what I would charge you as well. He was like, they're being really fair to you. And I was like, oh God. So, and he was like, and he goes, the thing is, he goes, these are things that like you need to get fixed. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, so get used to this being vlogs for the next week where I'm kind of sitting in cars. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try to really vlog around the house, like with the dogs, or if I go into a store, vlog a little bit and things like that. Honest to God, because I haven't really planned out tonight a whole lot, I don't know how long this vlog is gonna be. I mean, this vlog may end up being like literally, we're gonna go eat and then I'm gonna I gotta go to Meijer and get some things. So it may be like a half an hour vlog, honestly. I don't know, we'll see, it might be longer. I may, you know, we'll just have to see. So anyway, my poor little car. I just kind of like get in this mindset where I think things are gonna last forever. Do you guys do that? But that's not the case. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna get off here and go get my husband for dinner, and that's what's going on. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a little bit better day than I've had. You know, listen, it's just stuff, you know, burdens of life that happen. You gotta deal with them as they come, right? So, all right, I'll be back a little bit later, guys. Bye. Oh, it won't shut off. Hello, I'm back. It's so dark. I was just like setting it up and it didn't look so dark when I was setting it up. But anyway, I am sitting in the driveway. I am currently, if I open this, is the light better? I'm getting ready to go to Meijer. Alex just went to sleep and then I have to go to the post office and mail a package. So I'm getting ready to go do that. I just went and got my cord so that I could listen to my audiobook on here. It says CarPlay, which is kind of cool. I don't know. It was funny because Alex got in the car and he was like, this is actually a really nice car. And I said, it is a really nice car. And we went to dinner. We went to Cheesecake Factory. We were the last people there. My diet has been for shit this week. I had 4-cheese pasta, which was absolutely delicious, and I didn't feel one bit guilty about it. And Alex had spaghetti with meatballs. We were the last ones there, and we had a really nice time. It was good just to sit there and have a nice dinner and talk about things. And we talked about me getting a new car possibly, and Alex like really believes that if I'm gonna get a new car, that I feel like there's like a hair or something hanging off here. He's like, if you're gonna get a new if you're gonna get a new car, you might as well just get something that you really want to get. And so I think if I have to get a new car, I'm gonna go look at Jeep Wranglers next week because that's really what I want. And I'm not getting any older or any younger. I mean, I might not ever, you know, have a chance to get a Jeep Wrangler again. So I don't know, I'm gonna go look. I actually brought good lip balm out to my car. I love how clean this car is. It has like literally nothing in it. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. So yeah, so I'm going to Meijer. I've got to get some things. There's a notebook that I want to like look. Do you ever have like an idea in your head of like what you want, but you don't know if it exists or not? Like I have an idea of like this notebook that I want, but I don't know that if it exists. So I'm gonna have to look around their office supply stuff. And then I have to go mail this package at the post office. And yeah, that's about it. So like I said, this isn't gonna be a really long vlog. Alex actually had this thing. Did he leave it in here? I don't think he left it in here. He had this thing that he was gonna like, show me how to like hook up the camera, like up here. It was like, you know, one of those like suction cup things. But to do it, like I couldn't have the lens up where I can look into it. And so I would just kind of like be filming and not really being able to see what was going on if I filmed it or not, which is no big deal. But so I may do that tomorrow. I may use that tomorrow and see. It is actually so warm. It is so nice. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it feels like it's like 50 or something outside, maybe even warmer than that. It's really nice. It's been raining all day today though. Okay, I am going to go to the Meijer now and get that stuff done, and then I will probably just sit in the parking lot there for a little bit and vlog because I got a to-go cup. Because I can't drive around. I mean, you guys want to see what happens when I start driving? I'll show you. So this is kind of what it's like. We'll see how long it lasts. Are you ready? It's not gonna last long. And this is me being really careful too. I'm literally going like 2 miles an hour. I can't believe it's actually just sitting there. Because I know it's just gonna take off here in a second. Oh my God, this is so crazy that it's actually working. It hasn't slid or anything. Magic. Can't believe it. I'm like turning the turn signal because the things are switched on my car, or like this car to my car. So like the, I can't believe it's actually just sitting there. Oh, that makes me so happy. I know it's not gonna last long. One side, cause I was like, before I tried to do it, and it wouldn't. I can't see out this window though. You know what's so funny about this is that I was just talking about being in Connecticut yesterday, and this kind of reminds me of being in Connecticut because of the rental car while we were there. And I had a similar, I don't know what we had there, I can't remember what we rented, but it was something similar to this, and it was very nice. And I remember, do you guys remember I really loved having that rental car and just kind of like driving around and stuff? I cannot believe that this is actually just sitting there not moving. I'll have to show Alex this, he'll die. But I love that little rental car and driving around in Connecticut. That was so much fun, and this is very similar to me with that, having a new little thing to drive for a little bit. So this is a Dr. Pepper, and it is delicious. And I don't feel one bit guilty about not following my diet today. But I did say to Alex when he was going to bed, I said, I have to get back on my diet tomorrow. Like, I have to get back on it and follow it and be, you know, back on track. He goes, yeah, me too, because he hasn't done very well. And he actually was ordering some of that Optavia stuff tonight, because Optavia, whatever it's called, he wants to get back on and do that while we're, like, before we go to Miami and Mexico. So, I cannot believe it's almost 2019. I'm getting ready to go over this. It's like goes up and goes down, so we'll see if it stays up there. Oh my Lord, I can't, oh there, it's kind of rattling a little bit. Anyway, it's better than I thought it would be. It's not gonna make it the whole way there like this. I have to say, that's like one of the #1 questions I get is Evan, who lives in Indiana. Hi, Evan. He asked me recently, what do you use for your, he was like, I want to vlog, what do you use to like keep your camera in place? And I told, somebody sent it to me, it was like this sticky pad thing that like you put up here. The thing is it looks, people always ask me when they get in my car, they're like, what is that? Because it melted in the summer, it is like all of a sudden pouring down rain. It like melted, so it's like not, it doesn't look pretty at all, but it really works. I mean, all I have to do is just put my camera there. Although now it's kind of shifting a little bit, like you guys know the last, you know, couple times that I've done that. I know like back in the day, like, I mean, I used to always like when I would watch, you know, other vloggers like RJ and Will and Shep689, like they would do, like, I think they had like a camera mount. They had to, because they filmed in their car as well. And it was like, but it was like right here. It was a little bit more than this. I don't know what Trisha uses, Trisha Paytas. She vlogs a lot in her car. Told ya it was only gonna last for so long, so. All right, listen, I'm gonna get off here and I will be back in just a little bit. Oh my God, this guy that was in there was so rude to me that was working there. I was like, so when I was getting these gift cards, because I'm mailing them as a gift, obviously. Well, first of all, oh, it's getting dark. But first of all, I ended up getting this Mead daily planner, undated daily. Don't ask me why, okay? I wanted it. So anyway, but I can't see anything in here. Now it's like too light. But like it wouldn't scan the gift cards. So he like ripped open the back of it and scanned it. And I'm like, do you see this? I go, yeah, that's not very nice to give as a gift. And he goes, well, that's how you have to scan it. And I'm like, but it doesn't look very appealing to give to somebody as a gift. And then he ripped open the back of this one too. And I'm like, anyway, I guess it'll be fine. It just makes me mad. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I just like things to look nice. Putting my little card together here. So. Yeah, that kind of upset me, honestly. I know it shouldn't have, but it did. Okay. Right there. And put the box. Come on, box. The sticky part of this box isn't wanting to come off. There. I love these priority mailboxes because they're so like, well, oh, I did it on the wrong side. I'm such an idiot. Oh well. The sticker goes on this side. I put the sticker on the wrong side. You don't think it really matters, do you? Oh well. It's ready to go. I've tried to mail this thing at the post office for like the last week. Every time I've gone in there, it is like been packed. It's been absolutely packed at the post office. I'm actually gonna go and I think get this done and then come back and vlog for a little bit. I don't even know how long I vlogged now. 15 minutes or so. This is gonna be a short vlog tonight, you guys. I'm really sorry, but every time I've gone to the post office in like the last week, it's been absolutely packed. It's been like, there's no way. Like, I mean, literally the line was going out the door and I'm like, I cannot wait in this line. I mean, I just can't. And the post office that I go to, they're really nice, people that work there, but they are very slow. And because they, I mean, it's a lot that they have to do. I understand that, you know, but it's just like, it's, oh my God, it's just, should I see how long I can make the car drive with that thing? Okay. But I'm at least getting this off, which is what my goal had been for the last week, so. And then I am done with all of my duties. And then tomorrow, Alex is taking his mom to the airport. She flies out, hold on a second, I need to turn I'm still like learning how to use everything. She flies out to go to San Diego tomorrow to visit Alex's brother. And then she's staying with Fufu and his girlfriend. And then they are driving to Las Vegas for New Year's. Because Alex's cousin Maya is still there. Who I guess she's doing a lot better, but she's still struggling a little bit. Oh, she's still struggling a little bit. I'm actually just gonna pull in here and just stop this. She's struggling a little bit, but then they are gonna do, and then his aunt and uncle are in Las Vegas right now, and they're visiting Maya, and then her grandma's out there, of course, that she's been staying with him for a while. So they're all gonna have New Year's together. So Alex is a little upset that we can't go out there, but it's just really expensive right now for us to go out there. And I looked, and it's literally like, for 2 or 3 nights, because we would just fly to Las Vegas, for 2 or to go to San Diego, either or, it is really expensive right now. Like, I couldn't believe how expensive it was when I looked. Like, we could have gone to Mexico or the islands for like 8 days for the same price. And I was like, this is just not worth it. And so anyway, they're doing that. He's taking her to the airport tomorrow, and then he and I are gonna hang out for the rest of the day. He asked me, he's like, do you wanna go to some movies tomorrow? Because we have these movie passes. He was like, then we can go during the day, and then we can watch, you know, some of these movies, and you can review them for your review channel. And I was like, well, you could review them with me. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? So anyway, maybe it'll let me keep on driving just a little bit, but I doubt it. The music was really loud in Meyer. I hope it lets me upload those pieces without copyright striking me on my videos for the music. Because it was literally like just like 2 seconds of a song. But now that song is stuck in my head. I can't believe it's this dead out. It's really not that late. there's really nobody out on the streets. It's just me on the lone streets. But like, do people go home? Like, do they go back home after Christmas, like, so early, or do they wait until after New Year's? Like, I never really, I mean, my mom and I would go to Gatlinburg, but we usually came back, like, the 27th or the 28th. We didn't stay there through New Year's, because I know that it was super expensive to do that, because a lot of people would come down and they would get, like, one of the cabins for New Year's. So to stay there for Christmas and New Year's would have, like, doubled the price of what we did. So we didn't stay down there for that long. Plus I was ready, I think it'll just maybe stay in that ridge a little bit. I was ready to come back and be with my friends for New Year's, if you know what I'm saying. I can't remember what my ex and I used to do for New Year's. I do remember one year we went to the casino in southern Indiana with a bunch of friends, and it literally like turned New Year's, and I didn't even know that. Oh, look at that. It's just like, there's like a little, here I found a new little place for it just to sit. I know it's kind of strange looking though, isn't it? But it like turned New Year's, and like they stopped the music for like 5 seconds, and they're like, Happy New Year, and that was it. And then everybody kept on playing their machines. It was like really, it was kind of a depressing New Year's. I would not recommend going to a casino for New Year's. And then what else did we do? We went to Louisville a couple times to the Connection. That was at the beginning. What did we do at the end? Well, I don't have no idea what we would have done that last New Year's. That would have been almost a year before we broke up. Alex and I have gone to like this big party thing every year downtown. Last year I said I was never gonna do it again. And look, I'm doing it again. I guess that didn't last, did it? I can't believe it's just sitting there in this little crevice on the dashboard. It just proves that you can make anything work. I kind of feel like I'm really far away from it though tonight. Oh well. I kind of really do like my little rental car. I wish I could keep it. Not that I wouldn't miss my other car, but in comparison, this thing is like so nice and spotless. It has like this thing where you can put your apps, like your phone apps and everything. You guys are probably like, yeah, Peter, we all have that. I know, but I have an old car. I don't have any of that. I don't have this computer screen thing going. It has like this computer screen thing of my menu and maps and CarPlay and all menus, my menus, menu, apps, info, setup. It has all kinds of stuff on it. It's very cool. I love it. Can you believe I just turned and it stayed there? It's not going to happen when I turn the other way. Watch, it's going to slide way down there. Oh my Lord, I can't believe that it actually stayed there. Do you guys have all your New Year's plans ready? Are you staying home? I want you guys to put in the comment section below what you're doing for New Year's. Are you staying home? Are you getting all dressed up? Are you watching movies at home? Are you going out? Are you gonna party big? Are you traveling? What are you doing? What are you doing for New Year's? Okay, I'm gonna go in and I am going to mail this thing. Where's my wallet? There it is. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna mail this thing, and I will be back in just a few minutes. Bye. Okay, what a mess. Well, I put a sticker on both sides of the package just to make sure I did it right, although it probably doesn't really even matter. But before I went in there, I was like looking at my camera for the to see like the, you know, what I had filmed when I was in Meyer. The music is so loud, you guys, that there is no way So I'm just not gonna put those into the video because I just don't think that. I think the music will get claimed, which is whatever. But like my thing is that a lot of times it won't play in other countries, which is so weird to me, but it just won't. So, I think I figured out how I'm going to, or maybe not. I was gonna say, I think I figured out how I'm gonna be able to vlog for the next week, but maybe I'm not gonna be able to, I don't know. I was kind of like trying to figure out how long I had been vlogging for, and I think I'm like at a half an hour. And, you know, because today has not been the greatest day, I may just have to scrap it and be like, this is gonna be a half an hour vlog, and just say it as it is. And because I do want to drive around and listen to my audiobook for a little bit. I will tell you that I'm listening to, I'm listening to Christmas Carol right now that I bought for $1.95 on sale on Audible, but I'm almost done with it. Let me tell you, that was a huge water right there. What do you call it? A puddle. My mom, when I was a kid, we would go through there and she'd go, we're driving through the lake. Now we know that can flood your car, but back then I thought it was real fun. So anyway, but one of the things I do love about this car is that the audiobook, like it actually shows on my computer screen, it shows like the cover of the book. Is that not so cool? And, what does it say on here? That's weird. It shows like the cover of the book, and then it shows me like what chapter I'm on and all that kind of stuff. Although it's wrong because I listened to it at 2 times speed. Maybe that's what it was, why I did that before, because I listened to it at 2 times speed, all of my audiobooks. So like if you have a book that's 3 hours long, I listen to it in an hour and a half. I don't know where I had this camera before, but whatever. I will say this, so like today with the car thing, I mean, it really stressed me out, But, you know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it's something that I would have allowed to just like completely ruin my whole day. And I think me starting my days with peace and serenity and like the meditations and stuff has really, really helped me. As far as kind of just being like, okay, I allow myself to feel it and kind of respond. And I was like, okay, I was not expecting this. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was like, okay, gotta change plans. This is what happens in life. Life is about the things that we don't expect sometimes. And come up with a new plan. And you know, by tonight, I was kind of like, no, I don't want to have a car payment. No, I don't want to put a lot of new money into a new car. But at the same time, maybe if it's me getting a new car that I'm excited about, you know, I'm okay with that. You know, obviously, I mean, do I want to pay a lot of money for that? No, but I've got a rental car for a while. It gives me some time to shop around if I have to do that. You know, it also, the fact that I was able to get a rental car, like that's a huge blessing, right? And so it gives me the opportunity to kind of like, you know, look at some other places as far as getting my car fixed to see if there are better deals out there or, you know, another estimate on the things that, I mean, and the thing is it's like, it's not just one thing, it's like 8 things in my car. And it's not things like a turn signal either. But it's okay, you know, that stuff happens. And I do think this is actually a pretty good time of year to look at a new car if you're gonna look at a new car. I just would prefer not to be looking at a new car right now. I was, you know, if I was gonna do it, I wanted to at least wait until the summer and have the car paid off completely, but oh well. But you know, like 5 or 10 years ago, I would have been completely stressed out about it. I would have let it just ruin my day and ruin my week and just been like, screw it, I'm not even, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And I just don't live my life that way today, you know? I'm just kind of like, I mean, I won't say it's kind of like, you know, come see, come saw, but like, it just is like, I look at it realistically and, you know, I say to myself, well, I think, yes, this is stressful, but like, okay, now what are you gonna do next? Like, what's your plan? and go through and figure out, like, okay, well, what can you afford? And this is what I did today. Like, what can you afford to get fixed? Does it make more sense to just scrap the car? You know, like, what are you gonna do? You know, then I called people that I respected, like my friend that owns the shop and my dad, and then Alex and I sat there and talked about it. And it's like, you know, I have like ways to deal with this stuff today. And I also have a spiritual foundation that I didn't have before. You know what? I'm like sitting here in this lane that I thought was a turn lane, and it's not even a turn lane. You know, I have a toolbox today of ways to deal with stuff that I can, you know, deal with. I can deal with it through peace and serenity. I don't have to stress out. I don't have to become like, you know, losing my mind over it. And back in the day, I would have. Like, I really, really would have. I would have been like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this, and what am I going to do? And I didn't respond that way today, you know? I just was kind of like, okay, you know? And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I, you know, I don't know. I'm really, really thankful for the peace of mind and the serenity that I have gained this year. That I know that I can get through anything. That I know that anything that comes my way, you know, I have that foundation, that peace and serenity, to deal with things in my life. I didn't have that before, you know? I mean, I did, but I didn't have it like, I mean, I really allowed just little stuff to really stress me out. And I just don't do that anymore today, you know? I just don't. I'm just kind of like, okay, it is whatever, you know? I think also because, like, one of the things that I've really seen happen is that the things that I used to stress out about, like this car thing really would have stressed me out back in the day. But see, like this morning it came my way, and then by the end of the day, the way I looked at it was, well, maybe this is an opportunity for me to get a new car, and I wouldn't have gotten a new car, you know? And maybe this is me pushing myself into getting to get excited about getting a new car or getting something, you know? I don't know. And realistically seeing, you know, can I afford a Jeep Wrangler? Can I afford these things I like, you know? And I don't need that kind of car, so maybe I need to look at something, you know, cheaper, and what is realistic, and is that realistic? And, you know, I don't know. It's like I look at it, and so by this evening, you know, I'm looking at it in a completely different way, whereas 5-10 years ago, I just would have been like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. How am I going to afford this? I can't afford this. It's too much money, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? But it wasn't just like with a car thing, you know, 5 or 10 years ago. A lot of it really was about finances. A lot of it was about financial insecurity and fear of financial debt and things like that. And once I really got kind of a grip of all of that, and I am by no means just flooded in money and able to just go out and buy a brand new car tomorrow. That's not my life. I sometimes wish it was, but that's just not my life. But you know, I am not in huge debt or anything like that, and I've really worked hard at getting there, and I've talked a lot about that on the vlog, you know. But that was a lot of me working through that, of taking away that fear and that, you know, of like that fear of security and that fear of stability, and having to work through it to get to the point where I could do that. And I think that that's important, you know, and I think for all of us, those things that bring us the most stress, I think at the same time, it's like you have to look at, well, why is it bringing you stress? Like for me, having my bills paid and not having debt equals safety and stability. That's what that equals for me. It's not about being able to go and buy all this stuff. It's not about all this kind of stuff. It's about, in situations like today, not completely freaking out like I would have. And no, I don't have 30 grand sitting that I can go just buy a new car. I don't. But at the same time, I'm not in a position like I was 10 years ago where I'm like really screwed, you know what I mean? And that is safety to me, and that's something that I've worked really, really hard on, and that removing that fear, but also putting action to it and doing the things that will make me feel less afraid, like having some savings and having, you know, my debt paid off and things like that. And that's the action piece I have to do to all that. But that's with other stuff too. That's not just with that. I mean, that's like with other things, you know. in my life that I used to stress out about. And I found out today that an old sponsor of mine has cancer, and you know, it really, in the midst of all of this, it really put shit really in perspective for me, and especially hearing him be so positive about it, and just very, and you know, this was somebody that earlier my sobriety was just very pragmatic with me, and like, this is what you have to do, you're gonna do these things, you're gonna have to do these things, you know, and hearing him talk about it today and saying, you know, this is just what I have to do, and you know, God didn't bring me this far to dump me on my ass, and you know, and I thought, man, Peter, your life could be so much worse, and I know there's a lot of you out there, you know, that I get so many messages from people that are like, you know, I watch your vlogs and I listen to you while, you know, I'm getting my chemo, and it's so helpful to me and things like that. And it's just, to be able to be part of somebody's healing process in any capacity whatsoever is just huge to me, and I really appreciate that. And I know there are so many of you out there that just are struggling with, you know, all kinds of illnesses, and I think that's why a lot of people are attracted to YouTube to some degree. And you know, I know when I'm sick and I don't want to do anything, like that's when I'm like watching, you know, the most YouTube and stuff like that. And I think, I don't know, I sat there today and I thought, like, I literally I found out right after I had found out about my car, like literally within the half an hour, and I thought, this is not a coincidence, like this is a God thing that I'm finding out about this, like this is a big sign in your face, like, Peter, your life could be so much worse, you know, be grateful for your problems, be grateful for that's a fixable problem in your life today, you know, and this person that you love very much is struggling on a level, and it just really brought it in for me, and I was able to get out of myself and call and talk to him, you know, and I think life is really about those moments, you know. We get so confused by what it's about, and I kind of feel like in some weird way, like this year, especially like the last 3 months, it's like in Thelma and Louise, you know, when Thelma, you know, Gina Davis is the one that doesn't really like want to go away the whole time, and then like Louise, Susan Sarandon, you know, it's the one that's like wanting to get out of town. And there's a part when they kind of turn, and Thelma says to Louise, she said, it's like one of my all-time favorite movies, and she says, something's changed in me and I can't go back. And I feel like that, you know, I feel like that happened to me in 2018. I feel like something changed in me and I can't go back. And I don't even really know that I feel like I know what it is right now to put words to it. But I feel like down the road looking back, I'll know what it was. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't even know if it makes sense to me right now, but it feels right. And you know, I was just talking last night on here about really realizing what's important in life, you know? people in life that I've met and the relationships that I've built, you know. Relationships with people that there's nothing that we can't work through. No differences that we can't mend. I think those are the things that are the most important in life. I think at the end of our lives, those are the things that we probably look back on. So, yeah, it's been a little bit of an upsetting day as far as the car situation, but you know, that allowed me to put it all in perspective today. And I think especially like hearing him so positive, you know, and just being like, well, I gotta have the surgery on the 7th, and then if that doesn't go well, then, you know, probably I'm gonna have to do chemo, but, you know, I've been through worse in my life. Like that attitude, you know? And I have to say that a lot of the people that I've known personally that had cancer, that went through treatments, their attitude was that positive, you know? Where do you find that strength, I think, sometimes? I don't know. But that's inspiring to me. That's motivating to me, you know? That fundamental belief that I can get through anything is inspiring to me. Like, that's something I yearn to have. Not somebody that's making $1 billion a year. Not somebody that, you know, has everything in their life that they could possibly want. But that strength. And still yet, in the midst of that, being compassionate and kind, you know? And all this is going on. Oh, and what are you doing? Well, I'm taking somebody to a meeting. Like, seriously? Like... like, that's what it's really all about, you know, like, right there. And I think I've been taught so many lessons through people this year, you know, and I've had a lot of teachers this year through people in my life, and it's been hard, but I'm thankful for it. Anyway, I guess it wasn't really that bad of a day after all. Isn't that funny how sometimes like something will happen and you'll say, this is such a shit day, and then by the end of the day you look at it, and when you're kind of evaluating the whole day in retrospect and you put everything in place and you compare your problems to somebody else's, I mean, let's just be for real, okay? Yeah, my car is like a piece of shit and it's not worth anything right now, but that in comparison to, you know, somebody that I know having, you know, cancer and finding it out late, and, you know, I mean, okay, let's just be real. My problem's a 1 next to their 10. And I think then to have that attitude in life, you know, of, well, let's be positive and let's be, you know, thankful. And I said, what are you doing right now? I'm taking somebody to a meeting. Somebody called me, they needed a ride to a meeting. I love that, you know? Life is good. We're gonna be thrown shit left and right in life, but life is good, I think. Tonight, stopped raining. That's something, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna listen to my audiobook for a while and drive around and enjoy my luxury rental car for a little bit. It is really nice to drive this car and have something fancy and new. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. It's the beginning of the weekend, and I'm gonna try to film throughout the day tomorrow, so I'm not just sitting in this car, but I actually can't believe it's just sitting right up there. I didn't even need that sticky thing all along, right? But anyway, blessings in disguise. But I'm gonna try to film a little bit throughout the whole day tomorrow, so I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning to your weekend, and I know this wasn't super long in comparison to my other vlogs, but I think the rest of the weekend I'll try to make it a little bit longer for you guys, okay? I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.